It doesn't sound like it. Ready, set, turn it on.
Oh, it's already pretty spicy. Hi, I'm Rachel, and welcome back to Auxhart Gardening. I'm here today with my partner Devin to finally do the pepper tasting video that I've been promising you guys. The idea for this video was inspired by the Hot Ones style interviews. It's not going to be exactly like that, but it is going to kind of follow that format. We're going to taste each pepper in succession of little hottest, least hottest to the most hot pepper. And as we go, we will be asking each other questions, kind of interview style. And as the heat goes up, so will the drama of the questions. Now, the peppers I have today are Shishito, Paprika, Jalapeno, a banana pino, Jigsaw, fish pepper, Oda pepper, which I think is a cross, a Buena Mulata pepper, and the Auxhart pepper. Are you ready?
No.
For the first pepper.
Yeah, I mean, like the first pepper isn't that crazy. What is it?
This is the Shishito pepper.
Yeah.
Shishito peppers have a 1 in 10 chance of being pretty spicy. However, most of the time they are not.
Okay, so let me cut this up for us. All right, so we answer the first question after we eat this thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Just gonna take a big bite. Are you gonna take it from the seeds half or from the easy half?
I'm kind of scared. I want to go for the easy half.
Okay. Well, if it's really not spicy, you should eat the whole thing.
Okay. That tastes like just a green pepper to me. I don't taste any spice.
Yeah, there's like no capsaicin in this whole thing.
We won Shishito roulette.
Yeah.
Very easy to start with. What do you think of the garden?
I am excited to see your garden every time I'm here. Your trellises are super cool, and I love walking through the arches. I am used to things where I don't fit through I don't fit through ceilings. I bump my head on the doorway to the bathroom over there, and your arches are honestly like about this tall.
Yeah.
Like I can walk through them without any fear of bonking my head, and your wind chimes are super cool. But overall, like your garden and your garden channel are so cool, and I like to brag about them to people because it's kind of sick. She grows a lot of food that I get to eat, and she looks good doing it. I don't know, I can see it from here if you can't tell. Like it's through the window. She used to be living next door, and like she'd go take her little trek to the garden, but now she's like here and she can see it from her porch. So I think she has a picture of that on her Instagram for the garden. So anyways, yeah, so I really like the garden. Okay, so the first question for you is, how do your cats like the garden?
The cats like the garden fairly well. They actually only started hanging out with me consistently in the garden after I moved over here. And I'm not 100% sure why that is. I think potentially me being around is helping keep more of the neighborhood cats out of the garden. But they like coming into the garden and exploring with me when I'm bopping around in there.
That's good. I remember that they wouldn't come over much before you moved here. So I haven't seen them with you in the garden yet, so it's very good to see them there.
Yeah.
So, okay, next pepper.
Yeah, so the next pepper we're tasting is a paprika pepper. I've only ever had paprika seasoning. I haven't actually eaten any of these peppers because I'm saving them all to try and make smoked paprika at the end of the season.
Okay, so it could be a little spicy, but it definitely is at least mildly spicy. That last one we had was, it wasn't sweet, but it was sweet bell pepper territory. Cheers.
That's already pretty spicy.
Spicy. But it has an immediate, like, sweetness to it. Like, I tasted the pepper before the spice hit. Like,
I think I inhaled the spicy.
You have a lot to go with.
Oh no.
It's gonna get way worse.
I'm doing this for you guys. Draco feels my pain.
Okay, let's get the cat here. Draco, this is a very special occasion. You know why? You don't get to be on the counters in the kitchen much. You can hang here.
Ooh, okay.
What do you think of this, Draco? You want a little bite? No, absolutely not. You do not. Okay, so what's your question?
What is your garden? Like, what do you care about the way that I care about the garden?
That's a good question. I would say that the thing that I tend to would probably be my gaming PC setup.
Yeah.
It's gotta be the closest thing. I don't quite have like a zen place like my garden, but I definitely use my PC for escapism. So like I play a lot of games on it, usually FPS, kind of like action shooter type stuff, but other things too. And I have my little setup and I keep it very like clean. I am not the person who has like the glowing rainbow colors RGB. It is all clean, black, simple stuff, and I keep it like very clean. And more importantly, I keep it free of junk on the computer, and so it is just good at its job. And so I sit there, and that is my happy place, and I can zone out there for far too long. But I definitely have like a certain level of it is the place I like make sure is my own little corner. So I guess it's pretty close to your garden, right? It's basically the same thing. I can't eat it.
It's a good analog.
I cannot eat it. My question for you is, what is a place that you've visited that you most want to go back to?
It's really hard to decide. I've been to a fair bit of places. I've traveled across Europe, like not a lot. I've been to Paris and I've been to Germany. I used to have cousins who lived there. And I've taken a couple of short trips to Mexico.
But which ranks for you as you didn't get enough time there, you need to experience the full thing, and you need to go back and hit all the places you missed?
I would probably go with Germany for that, because the last time I was there, I was like 10 years old, and of course my family was running the show, and it was all about seeing the family and not about seeing the sights so much. And I definitely felt that it was really cute where we were. We were in Apeldoorn. And, I wish I could go back as an adult and actually experience it through that lens.
Apeldoorn, is that northern, southern? Is that in Bayern, or is that?
It's near Frankfurt.
Okay, so.
That's all I know.
Cool.
Right, so this next pepper is a classic jalapeno. It is Big Jim jalapeno from Baker Creek, for those of you who are interested.
And 8,000, I don't know, Scoville scale is ridiculous, dude. Do you want the seeds out?
Yeah. I'm already going to die by the end of this, so I don't mind being a wimp and not getting seeds.
Okay, there you go. You gotta keep it fair, right? That's why I'm taking seeds out of this one. just for the parity of this test. It's very scientific. Okay. Cheers.
I'm scared. That's not as bad.
This is what we've been putting in our burritos?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no wonder. This is like nothing. This is like...
Maybe it's the lack of the seeds.
Alright, well, I can't tell which seeds are which now.
I think those are obviously jalapeno seeds.
Alright, we'll just...
Wow, you're just gonna munch that. Okay.
Mm-hmm. This whole thing is not spicy.
Well, that would explain a lot.
your jalapeno Big Jims are baby Jims. Like, these don't have spice. Okay, well, we are learning about your garden as we go.
Yeah.
Because we've been using this for cooking, assuming it was like standard jalapeno.
Yeah.
But it's just choppable. And it's like, I can maybe detect capsaicin in there on like the shishito, but like, no.
With all the burn from the paprika, it doesn't feel like anything at all.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Third question. This is still in the easy realm.
I mean, I'd hope so. If you're trying to ask me a question that I would only answer under duress, I would not answer it right now because I'm not under duress.
Okay. What is your biggest pet peeve?
Ooh, Man, I have so many pet peeves, it's hard to choose from them. You could probably help me answer this better than I could, honestly.
Oh, yeah, there's a few specific ones to choose from.
Yeah, well, like, from a more general, vague social sense, I really hate when people, like, you can tell that they're asking you, but, like, there's a hidden implication to their question. Like, I want people to ask me things, like, straight up, like, how do you feel about this? Not, so I had fun at that event. And then like leave the implication of did you or did you not? Like just say, hey, did you actually enjoy that or not? Like straight up ask me, because I'll lose my mind trying to figure out what you actually want to do. So tell me about your favorite recipe you've been cooking as of late. Which of the recipes? Because I know which ones you've been cooking recently, and they don't know. So I know which ones. I know of what you pick from.
Do you know which one I'm gonna pick as my favorite?
Ooh, I don't know. It's between a couple. We've had very tasty stuff recently.
Yeah.
With all the eggplant stuff we've been doing, the general like Mexican food and the Indian food. Like there's a lot of stuff to pick from. So I am curious to hear your answer.
My number one favorite thing we've been cooking lately is our chicken tikka masala. That is the one that I am not tired of in any way, and I am really impressed with myself every time I cook it. And not to mention, I make all of the garam masala from whole dried spices, some of which I grow, and get to mix that together into my own spice to use in it, which feels really exciting.
Yeah, I love that one a lot. It has like the little blackened bits of chicken, and it has the sauce, and it has so many flavors coming together, and it's like somewhat rich and tomatoey. But you put it on your basmati rice, and it's aromatic, and it is very delicious. And the two together, fresh cilantro on top. It feels very authentic. We've had very good Indian takeout before, and this is on par with that. This feels like, it's just takeout, but like it was good.
Yeah.
So to be able to match that ourselves with only a little bit of practice is like, it feels like a bit of a flex.
Yeah, that exactly. It feels like a flex.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Next pepper.
Okay, the next one we are trying is a banana Pinot. So this is an intentional cross between a banana pepper and a jalapeno, supplied by the Experimental Farm Network.
Is this going to be another one of those that we've been assuming was spicy and it's going to end up being like...
So I chomped one in the garden the other day and it had some spice to it, but we probably need to get a little bit of the seeds and stuff.
Oh, you think okay. So here's the seed. We can split that and just get some of that. Okay, so banana Pinot. Cheers.
Alright, definitely spicy.
And it has its own like flavor. It really fills your mouth with the flavor before it hits you with the spice. This is a slower burn, I can tell already.
It's building. It's not killing me the way the paprika did, but I think I just failed to inhale. Like I think the paprika I just inhaled as I was biting.
And I'll get you in the back of your tongue in a minute.
I feel like that's what I expected the jalapeno to be.
Yeah, so far, this is the worst one. And it just keeps going. I think I really got a bunch of seeds.
I think the slow burn is easier for me to handle because I have like time to mentally prepare as it gets worse. When it just hits you, it's just like overwhelming.
No, it's still going. I'm sorry. All right,
okay.
Question. Go.
Okay, so this is where I'm going to ask you, like they do in Hot Ones, about a photo from your social media.
Okay.
This is a pretty old photo taken from before I knew you, and you have talked to me about it in the past, and I think that it's a really cool photo of you, and just an interesting story.
Okay, show me. Ooh. This is very spicy. I really let it get into my tongue. I have like one of those deep groove tongues.
It's on my lips right now, a little bit.
I have one of these deep groove tongues and it's like settling in. I can't get it out. It's very bad. Ow!
I did not think that you would be handling this worse than me right now.
I'm just saying.
Fair.
I'm just saying.
I know my limits, and I stop.
I touched my eye, baby.
No.
Okay, so anyways, this photo is at a beach. It's me, and I think that's Maggie Austin, who is as much, if not more, of a pyromaniac than I am. And so it was after high school. I went up and worked at Interlochen, which is this really cool arts camp, and I was staff there. But all the coworkers got along really well, and we bonded. And so that's way up in Michigan, here-ish. And we would all travel up to what's the cherry place? Anyways, there's a city, and we would go to the cherry festival there and camp out on the beaches of Lake Superior. I think maybe Lake Michigan. I can't remember. I think Lake Michigan, and we'd hang out. And so because that was over the summer, we got to shoot off fireworks. And one of the friends I was friends with at that place was a photographer, and he caught me just eyeing all the fireworks we were shooting off. Because I was like, of course, volunteering to help shoot every single one.
I think it's a good snapshot of your personality.
Mm-hmm. I'm just kind of like in awe. Like, I don't know, I see the spectacle of it, and I'm just ready there to like soak it in.
Yeah,
you know?
It's like, I think it could be easily misinterpreted as you just standing there to look cool. But like knowing you are the person I know who is most appreciative of looking at stuff, especially clouds. But you honestly appreciate the world around you, and like you can see that in this picture.
Thank you. I appreciate my sense of sight, which I am losing right now. It's like I can feel it spreading through my tear duct. It was a big mistake. And we're back. Okay. And so, of course, I also have something from your social media to ask you. We have these pictures here, as you can see. Are you an actual mermaid? Like, what is going on? Like, hello? You are literally, like, you're swimming around. Like, there's video of you swimming around, too. And, like what's happening?
So, I've been low-key into mermaids my whole life. More recently, high-key into mermaids. And
yeah.
I always wanted to kind of be one. Of course, that's not really possible. But you knew that about me. And maybe you're asking about this as like a subtle flex for yourself. But
listen, I am simply speaking for the viewers. I am here to ask you questions that they need to know.
You were the one who got me this tail as a birthday present, I think. It was like a year and a half ago now that you got me this tail. And ever since then, every time I go in the water, I want to be wearing this tail. I feel really cool in it. I used to be on the swim team in high school and middle school, and so I feel like I'm really good at swimming around in it. And it's really fun to show it off to people at the beach or at the lake, especially little kids really get a kick out of it.
We are on to our next pepper.
Yeah, so this next pepper is a Jigsaw pepper. It is from, if you've been watching the garden tours, that really pretty purple plant that is out there. And so,
you ready?
Yeah.
Here we go.
They're spicy. Not killer. Hits the back of the throat a little more.
Yeah, I noticed that it comes swallowing.
Maybe that's just our tongues going numb. So the back of the throat is more sensitive.
My tongue is not numb. It's just definitely hit different. It's weird because like capsaicin is a pretty understood chemical. It's very standard. It's the same in all of these, but like how they deliver it seems to be different. Like,
yeah, I don't know how to talk about spicy things because I only recently started getting into spicy stuff.
Barely getting into spicy stuff, and here you are, like embarrassing your boyfriend in front of the freaking camera.
Okay, so next question is: do you think that my dream of teaching people to garden as a job is realistic?
Well, that's kind of a harder question. Damn. Really bearing it all here for the viewers. I don't know, guys, can she do it? But seriously though, it's hard to make a living from like YouTube, and it's really hard to make a living from like being, like ad revenue and things like that, especially with YouTube being such a single central platform.
Mm-hmm.
But like in general, there's other ways to make a living from it, and you know of them and you're pursuing them. Like it's more than just having a garden YouTube channel. And if anybody can do it, you can. I know there's a market for it. I know that people out there want to support you. Like, and I think your content is really good. But like a whole living from it, there's people doing it already, like if that's proof enough. But it's definitely not like a cushy kind of like celebrity, like not that celebrities always have it easy, but it's not just like a cushy, easy, like raking the money for a job. It's like hard work.
Yeah.
Your garden takes up so much time. And I keep punching this Your garden takes up a lot of time, and it's like real hard work. But as for whether it's realistic to make a full living teaching people how to garden, I think it's possible. I think it's just really hard. And so if anybody can do that, you got it. But it's definitely, I don't think it's easy.
Yeah, I don't think it's easy either. But I do enjoy it. And I feel like I have the effort to put into it when it gets hard.
Yes, that's important. I don't know. I see how happy it makes you, and that makes me happy in return. So, my question for you is not quite as deep yet.
Okay.
My question is, if you could collaborate with any other garden YouTuber, who would it be?
Oh my god. I have my answer ready.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
You know who? You know who?
The one that feels like the most out of reach for me right now that I really admire is Jess at Roots and Refuge. I watch a lot of her videos. I love her style. Like, I am really inspired by her. I'm inspired by the fact that she shares like the whole journey, like the good and the mistakes, and talks about what she learns from them, which is a lot of what I try to do. And she also just feels like such a wholesome person. So that is the one that feels the most out of reach for me that I still kind of dream about.
Okay, good answer. Let's go on to the next one.
Okay.
What do we have?
Next pepper is the fish pepper. This is also one of those pretty variegated plants out there. And the Scoville rating for this is between 5,000 and 30,000, depending on who you ask on the internet.
Yikes, 5,000 and
30,000.
30,000.
Yeah. It was really hard to rank these because a lot of them had such different ranges.
Yeah, apparently some of the ranges go down to 0 at the beginning. Alright, so how big of a piece would you like? How many seeds would
I'm
you like?
going to start with the bottom here, and if it's not that bad, then I will move up.
Okay. Ready?
Ready.
What are we doing?
That's pretty sweet.
Alright. Take seeds.
Yeah. Oh, the spice is hitting a little bit at the back. But it's very sweet up front.
This one is which one? The fish?
Mm-hmm.
This is not bad. I think your order might have been very wrong.
The ranges, dude. And especially with garden peppers, the spiciness can really depend on the soil and the temperature. Like, all of these conditions can have an effect.
And tell me, does it? So within that range, are most of the peppers on a single plant going to fall within the same range, or is there a lot of variation between all the different peppers on the same plant?
I don't have like a really good specific answer for that. My intuition is that peppers on the same plant would generally be very close together in range. But like we've seen with the Shishitos, they say 1 in 10 is super spicy, and I don't know what causes that at all.
Okay. Well, maybe there are other good hot pepper resources out there that she can plug at the end.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay, so under extreme duress of spice, please ask me your next intense question.
Okay.
Delve deep into my soul.
Okay. What is your biggest criticism of my garden?
Of your garden? Your biggest criticism? Yikes. I'm gonna have to go with you bite off more than you can chew sometimes. I like your ambition. If you weren't ambitious, your garden wouldn't be the explosive, greenery, spectacle that it has been throughout the summer. And for your first 4 or 5 months of gardening, in this space, that's very impressive. However, you can see where it's bitten you in the butt sometimes because let's see if we can put that photo that I took of the green bean harvest while she was away. I came over to help with the garden and just pull some green beans out, and we ended with several buckets full. The squashes kind of ran sideways through the garden, got out of control, and then died. Stuff like that. I love the vision that you have and the fact that you're willing to pursue it, because that ends up in prettier things than playing it safe could ever do. But in general, sometimes you simply, in terms of foreseeing the harvest, And you can see the lack of experience there with what you do have time to manage and what you don't. Because this channel used to be how to make a tiny garden in the tiny space you have in the back of your apartment. Yeah. And nowadays it's, I have a tilled plot of land. I have multiple 10-foot trellises. Like it's like you are clearly new to some of the more bulk aspects of this, and watching you figure it out is fun. But like sometimes you end up with buckets of beans or like rampant squash or bean bushes on the trellis that are just shading each other to death. Yeah, it's like
it's a very fair criticism.
Yeah, but like it's, again, as a criticism, it's not like how dare you. It's like there's room for improvement, and you are learning as you go, and I watch you learn all the time. Yeah, it's not like I would have done it better, but it's just clearly something that you can work on. My next question for you is: are you nervous about how the winter garden is going to go? Are you worried about any of the plants that you're going to try and pull off in this space? And like, do you worry that just winter gardens not being as pretty and lush as summer gardens are something that's going to like make people less interested or anything?
That's a good question. And the answer is yes.
Okay.
So like,
all right, we're done. You don't need to sing.
In my experience with like fall and winter gardening, first of all, I don't have much, and second of all, that is the place where most things go wrong. I feel like there's a huge margin of error with the summer stuff because the warmth of the summer is super conducive to things just growing beyond your mistakes. Whereas with the fall and winter garden, you have to be a little more particular with it to make it succeed. Especially, like, I've had a lot of trouble with carrots in the past, and I've never grown big brassicas before, so I'm doing cabbage and cauliflower and broccoli and Brussels sprouts all for the first time on camera in front of you guys, and that is a little nerve-wracking.
Because if you like stunt them just a little bit at the beginning, they never like recover in the way something in the summer would, right?
And then, there is the worry of like content for the future. Like, I want to be able to keep making stuff for you guys, but if everything fails, like, there's a certain place and time to talk about the things that have failed and what to do better, but if everything fails, like, eventually that's not super interesting content for you.
Sorry guys, we're shutting down the channel. We'll be back in the springtime with some more berry bushes, but for now, we're not looking at this anymore. Shut off, turn it off.
Yeah, so I am a little worried about it, but I'm gonna try anyway.
Alright, well that's very brave of you. Alright, we are on to, speaking of being brave.
Alright, we are on to the Adobe pepper. So this pepper is supposed to be a sweet pepper. However, it was the seeds were given to me by another YouTuber. I'll put their name on the screen. And I thought they were going to be sweet, and they turned out to be very spicy. I have made a spicy powder from this, so I know for sure it's spicy. But I don't know exactly where it rates on the Scoville scale. So I had to guess where to put it in my lineup. Okay,
well you put it pretty high up, so that's a little spooky. But you've been wrong before, so that's reassuring. Mm-hmm. Some of those other peppers were crazy spicy, and the last one we had was like this one was like barely fish pepper, barely spicy. So I'm going to take a big chomp of this one and regret it later.
I'll join you.
Okay, ready?
Ready.
Okay. Again, it hits like that other one when we did.
It hits sweet first.
Hits sweet with an immediate tang.
It's building faster though.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, like, back of the tongue starts coming back forward. Yeah. Swallowing it was a little rough.
Yeah.
You got a big clump of seeds, so you might have like really squished one of those in your mouth. I did not have as many seeds as you, so you're gonna have a hard time with this the way I had with the banana Pinot. Was it that I started with? Yeah. Everybody, on display. Okay, so if you ask me a question now, you can struggle. Well, yeah. I think calmly about my answer.
Okay, so the next question for you is, do you have a favorite cat?
Okay, so
it's like asking you to choose between.
Listen up, kids. Listening at home. Never ask a parent to choose between two favorite children. They have an answer, but they shouldn't be made to say it out loud.
That's why this is one of the spicy questions.
Ooh. Damn, I was gonna ask you this question.
Well, we can both answer at the same time and see if it matches.
Okay, sure. All right.
Wait, I gotta think. Okay.
do you have a favorite between your cats? You owned Draco since he was a little baby boy way back in like 2013, 2012.
I don't know the year, but he's 8 years old. So let's do the math.
Do the math.
His birthday's in April.
2013.
This is hitting harder in the back of the throat now.
Anyways, and like a year and a half ago, she got Kata. Because Draco was used to having foster cats around, and then they always left. It was very sad. There's a big gap with no foster cats. So she got Kata to keep him company. Kata has been a very good company keeping cat. He chases her around and beats her up.
No, he doesn't beat her up. They play fight.
They play fight, and Kata is often on the receiving end. Draco bullies her a bit, but they still get along very well. Every time Draco comes in from outside, Kata's like licking his nose to see where he's been. Very cute. They are friends. They're. Oh, did I get him?
I don't know.
No, I did not get him.
Oh, this hurts.
All right. You are under duress. Answer. Who is your favorite cat? In 3, 2, 1.
Draco.
See, I disagreed. I love Draco. He's like a puppy. You can pick him up and scratch him, and he loves it.
He's like my teddy bear. He's the one that I can hold and actually like squeeze tight like a teddy bear. I've had him longer, so I feel more emotional attachment to him.
I love Draco, and I love your relationship with Draco. But Kata is the more interesting cat to me. Like she.
Kata reminds me of you more.
Thanks. I think. Kata will like.
She's energetic and really, really smart, but she doesn't always know how to direct that energy, which is very you.
Thanks. I think. Kata will perform for you if she's in the room and she wants your attention and she doesn't she won't just go up and say please pet me. She will go and be like, hey, see you're playing with these markers earlier. They're on the floor now. She will never knock stuff off when we're not here. Yeah. When the house is empty. When it's just you or whatever. It's when there's company over that she wants to make a scene, and I can respect that.
Oh man.
Okay, this is gonna be possibly the hardest one here.
Yeah, hardest one yet. Because we know how bad that one is.
Yeah, I popped one of those the other day.
Yeah.
Not understanding what it was. Oh, let me slice my hand open. That would be a good one.
I'm scared. Although I'm already in so much pain, it's hard to imagine it getting worse. Famous last words, right?
Okay.
Oh, I think I'm losing my hearing.
You're losing your hearing.
It sounds muffled. I'm just being dramatic.
3, 2,
not really.
1, ciao.
Is this one okay? Oh no. There it goes.
That wasn't so bad.
Oh wow, that's much smokier of a spice, isn't it? It feels darker somehow. Dark. I don't know. That's just how I think about it. It feels darker.
Yeah, that one's not so bad. I say that and then it immediately popped in my throat.
Ooh. So this pepper is the plain mulatto pepper.
Okay.
It is between 30 and 50,000 Scoville. It is about right where a cayenne would be.
Okay. According to statistics.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So there was a video where a viewer commented about you. This is specifically the kudzu removal video.
Oh no.
He commented, I'll put it on the screen, I can't remember it word for word, that he thought that you were not really doing that much work. You weren't helping that much. And I just want to ask you how that makes you feel.
I don't know, dude. I haven't really watched that video very closely. I was there. I was definitely there. And I didn't want to do your thing for you. But I think, I don't know how that changed in the editing, but listen, Mr. Viewer 1608, whatever your username is.
I don't know it.
I was doing my part. I will fight you. There was a lot of kudzu that day, and we were both exhausted. And we were that one photo of you holding it out in front of yourself.
Yeah.
It looks like it looks so freaking like heavy and beefy. Like that thing was vertically in the ground, guys.
Yeah.
Like we were pulling those things out and digging so deep, and it definitely was not one-sided.
Yeah, you moved so much.
There's definitely some times where we're like, get the good shot. I'm gonna stand back. We're gonna make sure that it's not just me doing everything. But
there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff. And at that point in the channel, we were still making sure that like I was the face of the video.
Nowadays, that is no issue.
Oh my god, this is getting worse.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's so random based on the individual pepper. One half is hotter than the other. Some seeds are filled with spicy, some aren't. We had very similar bites there. You had a few more seeds. If you pop them in your mouth in the wrong way, I think it just hits different.
Yeah.
Okay, so I already know this answer to this question, but this one's for the viewers. What's like the creepiest comment you get on your videos? Like, I know most of your viewers, you tell me all the time how excited you are. Yeah. Everybody is so wholesome and supportive. Mm-hmm. And there's that one dude, what is his name? Grandpa's Lake House. Shout out to you. She's always trying to make wholesome comments. She's like, guess what he said? But that's not everybody. Occasionally, you get like really weird comments on your videos. What are the worst ones? Yeah,
so I don't get mean comments like ever, but I do get creepy comments. And there's this video from way back where I'm talking about squash, and squash have a pest called squash bugs. There's a certain section of
some of you already know where this is going.
Who will search squashing bugs or squash bugs for a very different reason. And I have gotten comments asking me if I will step on bugs with my bare feet and other less wholesome things.
Please I mean, that's take not the gloves wholesome, off like, next time.
It gets worse from there.
Can I pay you for a specific video of you squashing bugs?
Yeah, that happens. Honestly, as far as like bad creepy comments go, that's not the worst that I could imagine.
But
it's still not great.
Yeah. Oh man, that was so funny at the time because like, hey, I think you got put on a playlist on YouTube.
I did. I am on a playlist. I'm not going to say the name of that playlist, but it is very obvious what this playlist is about, and I know how to get off of it.
Yikes. Bugs are dealt with these days off camera a lot of the time. It's amazing how one person, or not one person, but like one small little like fraction of the viewers can like really change the direction in a different way. Yeah. Unfortunate, but like honestly could be way worse.
Yeah, and this is just something you deal with when you are putting yourself out there on the whole internet.
Yeah. Okay. And that's our questions back and forth. We did it. Hey, everybody, look at this. You can barely see it. It is a tiny orb of capsaicin. She grew it right here.
Audrey Sharapita. I have heard it said that this is the most expensive pepper in the world. I think that is simply because it is so tiny. It's probably expensive per pepper just because it's so hard to grow a large volume of it.
Yeah, well, I call this her little bonsai pepper plant. She keeps it indoors, and it has been dropping leaves recently, but it has lasted quite a long time, very healthy.
Yeah, I think if you were to grow it outdoors, I think Scott Head grows one outdoors. The peppers are a little bigger than this. These are micro-sized because it's been kept indoors in a tiny pot. But
they have the same level of capsaicin, it seems. I tried one not knowing what it was, and I regretted it. I really popped that whole thing in my mouth, and I think we should do a whole pop one in our mouths. I think we should do it.
Okay. I don't think I would ever eat anything spicier than this.
Yeah, I mean, like, there are people who will do, like, we're not hardcore pepper tasters. There are people out there that will, like, march their way through, like, a ghost pepper chomp. We're not here for that.
No, I'm not
This is going to be bad enough. Here, this is a small one. I'll take the bigger one.
Okay.
Molar chomp it, put it in the center of your tongue, then swallow.
Okay.
Hardcore. Okay? Then again, after this is the last one. After this, we can only go into recovery mode. We answer like one more question and then we're good. Okay? Yeah. Alright, here goes. Tiny little pepper, a lot of damage. Maybe it's gonna be like the previous ones. And it's just gonna be complete bust. And there'll be nothing. I would be almost disappointed.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready? It doesn't sound like it. Ready?
Okay.
Set. Turn your tongue. Swallow.
I can't swallow without chewing it more. Okay. That's like somehow fresher. It feels like minty spiced.
Wait for it.
Wait for it.
Was I a baby last time? Did I get an extra spicy pepper?
That's not so bad.
That's handleable.
I was expecting it to be way worse, but I am actually sweating now. I can feel it.
I don't know, the last one I had immediately popped and I was like dying.
Who was it that ate one and like pretended like it was nothing and we thought that they were just...
Was it Shane?
No, not even Reggie.
I think it was Reggie.
Yeah. Maybe he got one of those. Maybe the one you got was extra bad.
Yeah. The one I got really like exploded across my mouth too.
Yeah. Because you just like popped it.
Yeah, I was like...
cautiously chomped that.
Yeah. I feel like the one I got, I like roof of mouth crushed it with my tongue. Yeah. Something really, really cocky.
I can feel it like, it's like getting under my tongue now.
But it's kind of pleasant, you know? It's not bad.
You know, it's that endorphin rush. We are in the middle of the endorphin
Dude,
rush.
if I was looking at that lineup before and you asked me which one would take me out, I would not have guessed the banana peanut. I'm going to be honest. Okay. Quick, ask me another question.
Okay.
I'm going to pop one of these for dramatic effect. Alright. Gotta show off.
Okay. Okay. This one is not as hard hitting. But it's a good wrap up question. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Based on what you have seen me learn in the garden and watching my channel and me grow, what advice would you give to new gardeners?
My advice to new gardeners is to share your garden. I think if you have a garden and it's your own personal space, that is your choice and that is fun. But the most fun I've seen Rachel have with this garden, she is an introverted person and she likes people. She has really good friends. But like she's not like a crazy extrovert, like constantly like throwing huge parties kind of person. She is just someone with a garden. And her best memories that I have seen from the garden have been when she gets to show it off to new people, walk them through it, give people produce from the garden, cook meals and share them with people from the garden. Like, and of course, the biggest way she shares her garden with you guys. So if you have your garden and like make it, share it with people. Like you can get really good advice from people on your garden, and you can also just help stay passionate about it, because there's some times when your gardening is like not fun work where it's just hard, and like having support to go through it and having like the appreciation of your garden from a larger community sense to fall back to really helps you go through and really helps like spread the love for your garden out over a greater period of time. But yeah, that's my advice is basically don't keep your garden to yourself, because it benefits you, it benefits your garden, and it benefits others.
That's so beautiful.
Thank you, Miss. Well, thank you for subjecting me to this.
Thank you for doing this with me. I know it's a bit of an effort.
As they all say, you haven't really tasted hot peppers until you then lick the knife after.
Oh my god.
Oh man. Okay. Well, wonderful. I guess we'll wrap it up.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I wish you all happy gardening.